Hey guys, welcome to the Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. It's Jason Samkovic. I'm going to show you a quick tip real fast on installing your arrow wraps. So if you're going to put wraps on your arrow like this, I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to do it to make them come out real good. And then I might even take a quick second and show you an easy little trick for cresting arrows if you don't have an arrow crester. But first thing you got to do here when you're setting these up, when you can either use the wraps, the full size length they are. Mine, I end up having to cut mine are a little bit shorter. So you see that they're down there a little bit on the shorter side. So basically what I do then, you can use scissors if you want to and cut them with scissors. You may have one of these, something like this. I have a cutter like this, which just kind of makes things a little bit easier for me. So if I take a look and I see where that's at on there, and I come into here and I measure how long that is, it shows me perfectly. So I'm cutting mine right at 6 inches. So I can just real simply come in here, line that up for that to be right on the 6-inch mark, like that. Set it in there so it's set right. And I can just snip them right across. And so now I have that exact length of wrap that I need to be able to use for mine. So I can cut those real quick and easy. If you have one of these, like I said, just a regular cutter, they make life just simple. They're available everywhere and not expensive. If you don't, scissors do work. Like for this, if I want to, because I put white on the bottom of mine, and yes, I do. I am combining two wraps at the same time. So I have a yellow, I run a yellow and a white wrap, something like this. So if I want to take a look at this and just kind of measure this out and look at it and see, okay, how wide am I going? So I can look at that and I can see. So I need to go about right. I don't use scientific setup on this. I'm just kind of eyeballing it right there. So then you can come across and cut it right off there like that. And now I have that wrap piece right here that I'm going to need. So so that's pretty simple. Like I said, just you cut them to whatever size you need. But there are a couple tricks to make this easier for you. One of them is that you want to prep your shaft first. So I have regular rubbing alcohol right here. Doesn't matter what the percentage is. I find really no major difference. Put a little dab of it on the end of this like this. Take your shaft, rub it up and down there like this so that you end up getting any fingerprints or oil residues or anything off of there so that it's not on there. Now that that shaft is set and good and ready to go, put that over there. The next key thing you want is you want a mouse pad. Actually, look at, you can see the residue that was on that shaft. You can see that, probably see it showing up on there, how it's like grayish, darkish black in there. That was residue that was on that shaft that came off. But a mouse pad is the key to this, to making it where it turns out really sweet and easy and comes out smooth for you. So what you do then, basically, is I'm going to take that wrap, I'm going to peel it right off of here, and I'm going to set it right on here. Just right on that mouse pad like this. I'm going to, me being left-handed, I'm going to turn this so that we don't hit any of that stuff here for you. But then you just line that up. Again, notice I have not touched that shaft where that wrap is going to go. I don't want to. I don't want any fingerprints on there. So you get that lined up where that's going to be at. So it's right next to that knock, and you roll. And as soon as it comes over like that, now I'm not afraid to touch it, and you just roll it right across that mouse pad. But it makes it, that mouse pad has enough squish to it to make that nice, smooth, and perfect on there and have it come out really well. Then I'm going to take my other wrap piece, my little white one that I use. I'm going to peel that off there. Come on, pop off there. Like this. And then I'm going to set that on there too. Work the corners with your fingernails, and that's how you keep them from sticking to your fingers. I'm going to set that into position where I want that at too. And then I'm going to wrap that one on there. And there you can see I have the yellow and I have the white on there. Sweet, simple, and easy. So that mouse pad really makes that rolling thing, that process a lot easier. So just a simple, foam mouse pad that you get anywhere. I think they still sell them. I got tons of them, but they come in handy. Now another trick, if you want to actually crest these and you don't have a cresting machine, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing my cresting like this for literally 20 years. It's just sweet, simple, and again, it's not something that I care that it's exactly precise, but yet it's still pretty precise. But I don't have to use the paints and that stuff. I don't have a cresting machine anymore. I don't do any of that stuff. Instead, I just use one of these, just a spin right type arrow spinner. Maybe I'll put a link down below for one of these for you on there. I did another video on my archery storage and tools that you might want to have, and it's actually in there also as another one. But basically all it does is it's designed for you to have broadheads on there and be able to check the straightness of that broadhead. Well, I use it as a crester. I also use these very, very high-tech sharpie markers. Okay, and as you can see, that's how that's done right there. Now, these particular arrow shafts that are there, this color pattern, I'm going to go to back to black is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a black one, and I'm just going to put this on here, and I'm going to put those rings on there. All I do is hold that marker there, and I just spin it. Doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be slow, but I just spin it right on there like this until I get that mark on there where I want it. Come up here to the next one, spin it, and just put that mark on there just like that. And then if I want to do more in the middle, I can. Like I did on the other one. I'll probably put a little bit in the middle on this one too here. Let's see. Ready? Let's go right here. And I just start in the middle, and I'm going to work both sides. So I don't have to, again, be precise. It's not like I don't have to measure this out. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to work it either side I want. But you can see I don't have to spin it fast. So I can see I got enough that I want to go that way. Now I want to start going the other way. And right here. And just like this. And it's a sweet, simple little process. But like I said, if you don't have one, have a cresting machine, this is a great way to do it. I will show you here. So like that. Right there. And you have a crested shaft. Black rings just like I want them, the whole setup, yellow on there. That's it, just a sweet little tip, simple tip for you. Mouse pad works wonders for getting those on nice and smooth. And your simple Sharpie markers and just something to spin it on. You could even make one of these yourself with a couple of washers and a piece of 1x1 and leave the washer stick up a little high. I mean, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just something that you can set it on and you can actually spin that. But now I have that fully crested. This stuff holds up pretty well on here. The actual paint does. It will wear out over time. It does start to wear off. You just put it more on if you want, but it is a simpler version. The main thing I wanted to show you was how to apply those cap wraps. You saw how quick and easy that was. Very simple to do, very easy, nothing fancy that you need to do it. Just make sure you prep them with alcohol to get those fingerprints off. That's what's going to make that wrap stick on there. Now before I fletch this, what I'll do is I'll take that same rubbing alcohol, dab it on here, and I'm actually going to, now I won't go over that cresting, but I will go right on here and I will get where those feathers are going to go, and I will clean that off again with rubbing alcohol first. And then on my feathers, when I put them in my clamp on my jig, I will actually run that same rubbing alcohol right down my feather, the base of that feather as well too, before I glue it. That way you have perfect clean setups as you're sticking that stuff together, and it holds really well. So there's a tip for you though, how to put on the arrow wraps. Sweet, easy, and simple. So thanks for watching. Bye.